The holographic display flickered with the last transmission from Valoran Prime, its azure surface scarred with orbital bombardment craters. James Martinez, Admiral of the Terran Defense Fleet, watched the final moments of their oldest galactic ally with clenched fists. Beside him, Commander Galxy studied the tactical readouts, her dark eyes reflecting the cold fury that had settled over the entire bridge. 43 billion Valorans, she whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of the starship systems. Gone in 6 hours. The Galaxy Council had struck without warning, their massive dreadnoughts materializing from hyperspace around Valoran's 3 inhabited worlds. The excuse was familiar. The Valorans had violated some obscure trade regulation, threatened Council stability. The reality was simpler. The Valorans had dared to side with humanity in the growing tensions between Earth and the galactic government. "Sir," Lieutenant Harper called from the communication station, "we're receiving priority transmissions from Earth Command. Fleet Admiral Chen is requesting your presence for an emergency council." James nodded grimly. "Patch her through." The main screen shimmered, revealing Admiral Sarah Chen, Gull's mother and the highest-ranking human in Terran space. Her weathered face showed the strain of the past few days, but her voice remained steady as steel. "James, the Council has made their position clear. They consider humanity a destabilizing influence in their perfect order. The Valoran massacre was a message: fall in line or face extinction." "What are our orders, Admiral?" James asked, though he suspected he already knew. "Operation Nemesis is authorized. All 12 battle groups are to converge on Council space. We're going to show them exactly why you don't massacre our friends." The transmission ended, leaving the bridge in contemplative silence. Gull was the first to speak, her tactical mind already working through the implications. 12 battle groups against the entire Galaxy Council fleet, she mused. They outnumber us 50-1. James allowed himself a grim smile. They're about to learn why Earth survived the Void War, when every other species ran and hid. 3 days later, the combined Terran fleet dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Zirian system, home to the Galaxy Council's primary naval base. The sight that greeted them would have been intimidating to any other species. Over 2,000 Council ships arranged in defensive formations around the massive space station. "Council ships are hailing us," reported the communications officer. "They're demanding our immediate withdrawal." "Open a channel," James ordered, straightening, in his command chair. The main screen filled with the elongated features of High Counselor Vextar, his scaled hide a deep purple that darkened further with apparent irritation. "Admiral Martinez," the alien hissed, "you will withdraw your primitive vessels immediately. The Council has no quarrel with Earth beyond your continued association with known dissidents."
"High Counselor," James replied, his voice carrying across every human ship in the fleet. "You murdered 43 billion beings whose only crime was friendship with humanity. We're here to collect the debt." Vexitar's mandibles clicked in.
What passed for laughter among his species. "Debt? You bring 12 of your crude warships against the might of the Galaxy Council? This is suicide, not revenge." "Gull," James said quietly, not breaking eye contact with the alien leader. "Show them what human engineering looks like." Commander Chen's fingers danced over her console, and the space around the Terran fleet began to shimmer. What the Council sensors had read as 12 ships suddenly revealed themselves as something far more terrifying. Each human vessel split apart, unfolding like mechanical flowers to reveal they had been massive carrier platforms. From their hulls poured thousands of smaller craft, fighters, bombers, and assault ships that moved with predatory grace. "Impossible," Vexitar breathed, his purple skin paling to a sickly gray. "The Void taught us something your Council never learned," James said, his voice now broadcast on all frequencies. "Sometimes, survival means becoming the thing that hunts. In the dark, every human ship is a wolf pack. Every pilot has lost someone to the Void, or now to you." The first wave of human fighters struck the Council lines like a scythe through wheat. The aliens had built their ships for intimidation and overwhelming firepower, massive vessels that could obliterate planets from orbit. But against humanity's Swarm tactics, perfected in the desperate years fighting an enemy that could appear anywhere at any time. Their cumbersome giants were sitting targets. Gull coordinated the assault with cold precision, her tactical displays showing the systematic dismantling of council formations. Third wave, target the command ship's shield generators. Fifth wave, strike pattern delta on the orbital platforms. The human pilots responded with lethal efficiency. Each fighter was piloted by veterans who had faced extinction and emerged scarred but unbroken. They flew like they were dancing with death itself, because in many ways they were. Within 4 hours, it was over. The mighty Galaxy Council fleet lay in ruins around Zerion, their space station broadcasting unconditional surrender on all frequencies. High Counselor Vextar's final transmission was barely coherent, a mixture of surrender and terrified pleading. James stood on the bridge watching the debris field that had once been the Council's most powerful naval base. "Signal all battle groups," he ordered. "Begin rescue operations for survivors. We're not like them." Gull looked up from her station, a ghost of a smile on her lips. The Council just learned why the galaxy's most dangerous predators make the most loyal friends. As rescue ships moved among the wreckage, the message spread across the galaxy at faster-than-light speed. The humans had kept their promise. The Valorans were avenged, and a new order was about to begin. One where friendship meant something and betrayal carried a price written in the stars themselves. The age of the Galaxy Council was over. The age of humanity had begun,